Hello and welcome, my beautiful packets of rotting, meaty fudge. It's SJB here, and today we're talking about rotting, meaty fudge because we're talking about zombies. Specifically, zombie balloons. Oh, I don't have the money yet. I thought I already had a shimmer. So need another. Okay, only $800. We could make that happen. This is a strategy that I think is one of the best strategies in Bloons Tower Defense 6, and guess what? It just got better. Now you might be thinking, Chris, how could you possibly ever say that the best strategy ever involves Ezili? That makes no sense. You're an idiot, you're terrible at BTD6, and I don't believe anything you say anymore. Well, hold on. Hold the phone, because you might be very, very impressed with what's going on here. So first of all, let's talk about this guy right here. He has been changed in a pretty drastic way. It might not seem that drastic right out the front page here, but he is allowed now to, instead of putting zombie balloons anywhere, you get to pick where you want them to go. So if you said that you wanted all your zombie balloons to start over here and wrap around and go over the path over here, you can do that. If you said, you know what, I want them to start all the way back here because I just really want to clean up the balloons randomly over here somewhere, or for some reason, go ahead, you can do that. You can also say, you know what, I want this guy to actually shoot balloons straight frickin' back at these things. I want to pop as soon as they're coming in here. You can also make that happen. Okay, so how does this change BTD6 for us? So for some reason, Ezili likes to buff wizards. Especially wizard monkeys. Cough, cough, cough. Okay, why does Ezili like to buff wizards, and what does that actually mean for us? Well, when Ezili reaches level 11, let's show you guys this real quick. Level 11, which seems like a non-important level. It's after Moab Hex, so like, who cares? Increases attack range, fine, whatever, but increases Pierce of reanimated balloons by 50%. So right now, that has not happened yet. We are still just dealing with two random reanimated wizards right now with a crappy engineer and an Ezili. And we're taking down into round 48 without too many issues and saving up over $8,000. That's actually pretty absurd. It shows how powerful these guys are. Once we reach level 11, though, getting 50% more popping power out of every single wizard you have is kind of ridiculous. So this is one of those strategies that you don't use all that often, but it can be super duper powerful. Now, I should mention that building like 15 of these guys is probably not recommended, but because I have to make this entertaining, I have to do weird and crazy stuff for you guys. So of course, we will be using like 15 of these guys. But usually you want to build just a few of them, make sure you get a pod, and then you want to start to reimagine your defense a little bit and make sure you've got a couple extra things for yourself long term. But for me, I want to go for a pod pretty quickly, so that's my goal. You may know this if you watched my live stream earlier, but it is my birthday! If you want to be extra nice and use my SJB birthday code, that would just be a really, really nice present. And thank you guys so much. I do just want to throw it out there really quickly that we are making shorter videos for a couple days. If you're noticing the shorter content, that is on purpose. Trying to make between 10 to 15 minute videos for about a week or so and just see how it goes. That being said, ooh, it's time. Pod time, baby. Perfect timing, I think. Hopefully. Yes. Now, positioning on a pod and or one of these guys normally does not matter that much, but in this situation, you want to make sure you have it so you can have balloons come out where you want them to. So I like this position because I can pick all the way back here and have him wrap around like this all the way around. I could pick just right here, which will force the balloons to go right this way, like that. I could pick it all the way up here or over here, and wherever I do that, it's like a different start for where I want my balloons to actually go through the defense. Right now, I think this is a pretty good location, specifically because it'll do a lot of Moab damage to things as we spawn, and it'll pop the balloons kind of as it goes around here, but eventually it might get to the point where it might be better to put them sort of near the back, and have just kind of wrap all the way around through the entire map here in kind of a full-on figure 8 pattern. Either which way, we've got a pod going for us right now, and usually that means no issues. But now, it's about to change. A pod with an extra 50% more popping power is about to initiate. By now, you're probably thinking, well, this strategy must have a weakness, Chris. It can't be all-powerful. I mean, of course, maybe a lot of balloons could overwhelm you, maybe 79, maybe reinforced BFBs could overwhelm you. Oh, man. Okay. Not quite. Oh! A frickin' oh my god. There's no way you could pop that with these guys. You're gonna run out of blow. Wait. Oh, wait. Moab Hex. That does a crap ton of damage to my gods, doesn't it? Mm-hmm. Oh, and it has no children bloons. Oh, yeah, okay. All right. So, if this pops all the lower level bloons, and this pops all the bigger bloons, do we have any weakness? Kind of. We do. We actually have one weakness. All right, the bad bloon in particular, and or any rounds kind of around where you're not popping a lot of bloons for a little while. So, for example, round 98 might be a little bit tricky because round 97 doesn't give you that many bloons to actually pop. That could make sense. But other than that, you just kind of got it going, bro. We got $32,000 saved up right now, and it's just happening. So let's build some more. And don't forget, we've already got that delicious extra 50% action, so we don't really have to worry about any of the other stuff. All right, let's go for some more unpopped armies. Oh, one other thing that I wanted to talk about really quickly was cross paths. So, is there really a difference between going Arcane Blast with one of these wizards or going Wall of Fire with one of these wizards? Well, the Wall of Fire is going to give you the Wall of Fire, which does do a pretty decent amount of extra damage for you. And the Arcane Blast gives you the Guided Magic, which allows you to see through walls, which could be important for you. Though the Arcane Blast doesn't really do very much for you. As far as total actual popping power goes, it's not going to do much. But both of these guys do allow you to put the starting point of these things wherever you want to. So it doesn't really matter. It really doesn't matter very much. But personally, I think because we're getting more overall popping power with the Walls of Fire, I'm going to be going for Walls of Fire. Now, it should be noted again that I think it's pretty important to make sure that obviously you mix and match your towers a little bit. Going for a full spam can be mildly difficult. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to mix it up just a little bit. And I want to make sure I've got something that could pop the bad blood pretty easily. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go for a top path engineer. And then believe it or not, I'm going to go for something even fancier right after that I think is going to surprise you and or intimidate you a little bit. But I promise you it's going to be kind of fun and actually a pretty decent tower combo. But let's get this guy first. Sentry Champion. The nice thing about Sentry Champion is he kind of evens us out from many of our weaknesses. Let's say, for example, that we have a bad balloon or a reinforced Oh My God coming out, and we don't have any zombie balloons whatsoever. Well, that guy's pretty much fantastic at popping the Oh My God layer itself. Even though he's not super great against the balloons, it'll allow us to get some of those zombie balloons back in action and actually start to pop things a little bit. You can go for anything, really, if you want to. I mean, anything that's going to do pretty good damage against Moab-class balloons. It'd still be decent against regular balloons, but this is kind of like my go-to. Plus, I already have them built, so, like, you know, I feel like maybe I wasted my time or something like that at the very beginning of the game to get this guy going, and now, nope, he has completed the strategy. It's almost like I planned ahead from round 6 to make sure I was going to plan on getting something that was going to be working super duper good for my team. I don't know. Do you want to believe that I planned ahead, or do you want to just think that I randomly made that crap up and just actually kind of suck and just make things happen? I don't know. Whatever you want to do. All right, 92. Let's go for an insta-kill on some Zermagurts. Oh my god, I got so much freaking money over here, bro. Let's spend it up. Sentry Champ. Now, with any Sentry Champ, highly recommend, almost always, go middle path. There's pretty much not a reason to go bottom path if you got a Sentry Champion, at least as far as I'm concerned. All I care about is popping Moabs, bro. Don't really care about the balloons too much. All right, now that we got that going for us, there's one other tower that I wanted to add to my team, and that will be another random engineer, and this time I'm going to be going for an overclock engineer, which is kind of exciting. Check this out, by the way. Absolute and utter destruction. Still got full graveyards, which is nice to see. Even on these guys, we're getting full graveyards. It's a good combo. Ooh, this could actually be a little bit tricky for us, because none of the balloons are getting back to my Prince of Darkness here. But they eventually do come out. The graveyard does last a pretty good amount of time, so it just doesn't really matter too much. Holy crap. And we're almost ready for our overclock. So 96, 97, you might be wanting to use the Moab Hex. I would save it for 98 unless you absolutely need it on 97. Though for 97, you could possibly get away with it because you'll just have to deal with the Oh My Gods for less long, which will allow you to keep your graveyard for longer for round 98. So it's kind of up to you on what you want to do with it, but just think it out for a little bit. So check this out. We've got all of our buddies going here kind of all at once. We're doing a pretty good amount of damage here. No abilities, though. I'm just going to build a few more of these random Necromancer wizards. Placement does not matter, which is kind of cool. All right, and everything's getting popped over here, which is good for round 98 for us. Because the main thing for us is we want to make sure our pod is ready to frickin' go, bro. He's ready to frickin' go. All right, so I have not really used the reorganization of all of my druids all that much, but I think it might be finally time. Let's say that we want our guy to start back here and start going kind of against the grain. And we're going to use the Moab Hex just because, kill some of these Zermagurds or something like that, and everything's looking pretty good for us. Heck yeah, bro. 98 was easy peasy. And we're going to finish this off with a few more kind of randomly placed unpopped armies. I don't even know if this is a good idea or not, but I'm still going for it. Just remember, kids, if you think one strategy is all-powerful and unstoppable, and no matter what you do, you will automatically win with it, just keep in mind that the bad balloon exists. And if you don't plan ahead for the bad balloon, you will lose. So, sadly, I didn't keep it up, buddy. I actually tried a couple different strategies, believe it or not, to actually kill the bad balloon here. But I could not make it happen. The closest I got was popping the bad layer around here with some nice micro and other crap kind of combined together, but it still just was not enough. I even overclocked my engineer to make sure that I was getting as much popping power as I possibly could out of him, and it's just not there, my friends. So instead of greeting too hard with a bunch of random wizards, sometimes it's best to just do the right thing and buy the right towers and make sure you're not going to lose in a really stupid way. Life lessons from Chris! And to Chris, because he also screwed it up a little bit. And don't forget, if you enjoyed, make sure you press that like button, make sure you subscribe, and of course, have a super duper delicious day.